All right, I like to make sure that you can hear directly from the 49ers players in the locker room. So we've got Nick Bosa, Yetur Gross-Matos, his fellow defensive lineman, who I also talked to yesterday, and Fred Warner. Bosa had the most interesting line. He says that he struggled to sleep the past couple days because the loss has been weighing on him. Here's a listen and a look into the 49ers locker room.
Group effort. We have a lot of depth at that position, and I'm excited for the guys who are coming back. KD will be really important. Then, Jordan and Kevin step up.
I figure that's more attention on you. Does that allow them to give more attention on you on the outside when you're missing a guy who could be such an impact inside?
Could be. We have a lot of guys though.
A lot of those guys are newer guys you've talked about kind of having to try to get on the same page. Does it make it even harder when you subtract one of the guys when you do have familiarity?
I think we've all practiced a good amount together, whoever's going to be in there. So I think we all went through camp together. I think the biggest thing is just missing Grave around the facility. We all eat breakfast together, and as a D-line, and he's just very positive, always laughing, smiling. So hopefully he'll be around rehabbing here, but I already missed him this morning.
You lost so many players to injury, but those were guys you're going to get back. Does this one hit different because it's final for the season?
Yeah, it's always worse, obviously. But the bright side is it's something that he'll bounce back from, and his career won't be altered by it.
When you have a tough loss like that, how eager are you to get back on the field Sunday and get back in the win column and kind of right the ship?
Yeah, it's been tough to sleep the past couple nights. Just mind racing. So yeah, I mean, always this time of year I'm itching to get to Sunday, but after that it's like major.
You talked the other day about feeling the loss. Is that kind of what you're doing?
Yeah. I wish I could get it out of my head, but it's frustrating. So yeah, we're definitely not trying to feel like that anymore.
Kyle had mentioned that in all three phases that your guys' standard really is not being met from the defensive standpoint or from the defensive line standpoint. What do you pinpoint as far as isn't being met in terms of the standard?
Just execution, making the plays when they're there, winning our one-on-ones more often. It's a lot of things.
Nick, Jordan is a possibility to go in alongside Malik Collins. What have you liked from him, from what you've seen from training camp and this early part of the season?
I think he fits the scheme really well. He's played in Cleveland on the #1 defense last year, so he got a good taste of what it's like to play in this type of scheme. So he's comfortable and he's massive, which is a little different for our interior guys, but it's always good if you could be big and explosive like he is.
George is trying to play Sunday and work his way back. Obviously, we know what he can do on the field, but from a standpoint of chemistry and getting you guys fired up, how important is it to have him in uniform and a go on Sunday when you guys are trying to get back in the win column?
Yeah, I mean, George is captain and one of the most important players on the team in terms of production and just a morale boost from his positivity. And yeah, just having a guy who's been around for a while, has been through the ups and downs of the Shanahan regime. So yeah, we're excited for him.
Are you getting any more attention than usual this year? I guess, does it feel like, or is it pretty smooth?
I think it's the same. Yeah, I just got to make the most of my opportunities.
Nick, how would you like to see your defense respond to the loss?
By playing better this week and winning.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
I had to work through. Still working through. Get back 100% and go out there and perform. It's not something that's catastrophic.
As first year in this system,
Does it take a while to get up to speed, not only when you're playing the one position, but when you're playing multiple positions as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's something that holds me back. I've been doing it my whole career, so it's just a little extra studying. But
There have been a couple guys before you that ran base outside and then shifted inside. Arden Key, Charles Amenahu. Does Chris Kasarik show a lot of that tape from years prior for that kind of stuff?
He does. He shows a lot of tape, and I've watched a lot of those guys, and looking to do something similar what they were doing.
What stood out to you about what Arden and Charles were able to bring when they moved inside?
They just had the versatility to win inside and out. They weren't guys who just had to be one or the other. Kind of the bigger frame, lengthy guys, kind of just like myself. So.
Is there some sort of advantage, or just knowing what to expect when you see an offense that played against a very similar defense last week? The Jets run a similar defense to what you guys do. Does that give you guys kind of a head start a little bit in just the prep?
Definitely some awareness as to what they're looking to do and how they're looking to scheme us up. But study that film, study other film. And they're going to play us differently because we're different people. But like you said, definitely something to give you basis.
In your snaps that you've had, how often have you lined up opposite Bosa? I guess every snap you did
time,
last
yeah.
night. So I mean, what's it like in a game? I mean, going into you're a couple weeks into it now. So how do they play you when they know that he's on the other side? Do you notice his presence?
Do I notice Bosa's presence? Yeah, I think the whole team. Yeah, everybody does. Because you gotta look out for that guy. You gotta make sure you send help. So that leaves opportunities for everybody else. So everybody else gotta capitalize on the one-on-ones that are presented.
I know. I mean, it's a big emphasis every week, but this week in particular, stopping the run, those early downs. How big of a deal is that against the Patriots?
I think they like to run the ball. They have when they've won, and we gotta go out there and shut it down. Hopefully, make them throw the ball a little bit.
Apologize for coming in late. You may have been asked this already. But what's your comfort level now with kind of bouncing inside and out? And do you feel like you're going to have to do that more now?
I'm very comfortable with it. I've done it my whole career, so it's not new for me. And it's just next man up, got to step up to the plate.
How tough is run defense in a scheme, a wide nine, where the guys are further apart? Obviously, I think it takes a lot of athleticism for the defensive lineman, but in your kind of estimation of your experience so far, what are some of the challenges in run defense in this scheme?
I feel like we get off the ball, we attack. So, I feel like anything there's an advantage to maybe some other schemes I played. We're not reading. We're just going. So, just going out there with the right mindset and run through somebody.
Yeah, same thing. There's still a lot of the same guys from previous years. Me and Bosa being two of them, I feel like we're a big part of what we do. It's our job as leaders of not only the defense but of the team to make sure that things are running right, and if they're not, then we got to correct.
Fred, I don't know if you've covered this, but what do you think of Stevenson as a big power back this week?
Yeah, great back. And you mentioned a power back where there's really not a whole lot of them left in this league, but he's as true of a power back as there is. The big body, the way that he runs the football. Antonio Gibson too, picking him up, I feel like was a huge gift for them. So we're gonna have to bring our pads this week for sure.
Fred, for all the injuries and stuff, you had the consolation was that you're going to get them back. But with Hargrave, it's kind of a different matter. How hard does that hit?
Yeah, it hits hard. Obviously Javon is a huge part of what we do up front and had a great game. I feel like he was continuing to ascend and then he gets injured, right? So it's next man up mentality. Guys are going to have to step up into that role. Luckily, we have depth at the position, so we just got to keep moving.
What have been your impressions of a couple of those newer guys, Jordan and
Yeah, great impression. It was great from the moment I met him, and then it's only grown stronger ever since. I feel like Jordan has been amazing. Etor as well, being able to play inside and outside. Kevin Givens has always been really solid for us in the middle, so I'm excited about them getting their opportunity.
George is obviously working his way back. We know what he can do on the field, but just his energy and his presence, if he's in uniform, how does that even help you on Sunday? Just the guy he is.
Yeah, amazing player, amazing teammate, and obviously a great leader for us as well. So all those traits, aside from just him playing amazing football on the field, is going to be huge for us if and when he can go.
We talk about
Gray out to the next man up mentality. Is there a concern, or do you have to make sure the guys don't play too much to make up for them when they're kicking themselves out of their own game?
Yeah, no, not at all. You know, I think it's just a matter of everybody doing their job just a little bit better than what we're doing right now. You know, it's not huge changes that need to be made or glaring issues. It's just little things that need to be cleaned up, and that's why I'm excited to get back to work today to fix those things.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Fred.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep.